From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Bridgewater on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Delta. Ready. Delta.
Here's Bridgewater. Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. And again, it's Bridgewater. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Delta. Delta.
Bridgewater again. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jarvis Landry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. A first carry down for Rex Burkhead. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Ryan. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Go Delta. Go Delta. 55, ready. Here we go,
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
Go Delta. Go Delta.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And now running right through it. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, Bridgewater. Being chased out left. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Go Delta. Go Delta. Hey. Go Delta.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A very solid gain of 27. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now Burkhead. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And this is going to be incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing is Bridgewater. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. It's a foot race. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Gordon, 81 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get this just up past the 20, but a marker is down. Let's get the call. Now, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Here's Ryan. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 23. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Bridgewater. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Grady Jarrett busting through to get him for a loss of 6. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Bridgewater. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Third and goal for Bridgewater. They go screen. This is Ingram. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Hang on here. They declined that. So the yardage will stand.
There has to be confusion coming from the bench to the field about what their intentions are, because you guarantee they want the penalty. Turn down that big yardage gain against them. Instead, they turn down the penalty, and the yardage stands.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Burkhead. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Delta.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Looking deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
The Saints on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Go Delta. Go Delta.
To throw is Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Bruce Irvin in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On the run, it's Burkhead. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now the first carry for Brian Hill. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. They'll run now with Burkhead. And the ball is out. Burkhead lost it. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Delta. Delta.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.
Get wide, man. Delta.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Go Delta. Go Delta.
To throw, Bridgewater. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jarvis Landry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Saints just continue to roll. And he puts it through. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Ryan. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 42 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And shoving his way inside the 35. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Go Delta. Go Delta.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. And that's incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Go Delta. Hey, watch number 5. Go Delta.
Now Bridgewater. Dancing to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And Lutz puts this one through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right?
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Get set, get set. Go Delta.
2nd down, Bridgewater. That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Bridgewater. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Zach Line in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints are pouring it on. Lutz good on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving night as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. Evans has it left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a handoff looking right. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Again, they run with Burkhead. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st down, Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Buying time to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Bridgewater to throw it. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Michel. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Michel. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Again, they'll run with Ingram. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. And Lutz's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe named it, he did it 3 times. Finding room inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case. So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
He's going to air one out. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. In for the score. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Not much more impressive than that. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
No gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard. The Falcons on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
11.
From the shotgun, Ryan finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Ryan now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Room to run inside the 40, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And down to the 19-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Here's Ryan to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
This has kind of been the story all night long, hasn't it? An inability to really get much done on third downs, and it's costing them.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. Steps away to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A give. This is Michelle. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Tackle made there by Robert Alford.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They'll go option to the short side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Delta.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Now a handoff to Ingram. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Bridgewater. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Bruce Carter. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really They've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Get wide now. Hey. Go down. Delta.
They'll run with Michelle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michelle. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. The Saints on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Ryan. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Ryan. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got Sanu. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Ryan. And this is caught by Evans. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to be the final play of this football game. They set the goal beginning